Literal equations. When we solve literal equations, we are usually trying to get it back to slope-intercept form, which you'll learn about shortly, or we're working with a formula such as one in science, and we want to change the order, okay? So what that means is, let's look at this. 4x plus y equals 7. No, that's not going to work. Let's do 8. Make it easier on us, okay? Now, I want to solve for y. Okay. That means everything else has to go to the other side. I want y alone. Everything else is going to the other side. Okay, so we know how to do that. We do the inverse. Okay. That leaves me with y equals. All right, now, are these like terms? To be like terms, you have to have the same variable and the same exponent. But these don't have the same variable, so they're not like terms. So we're going to write the x term and then the number. Okay? So those aren't too bad. Sometimes they're a little messy though. Okay, so let's look at this one. Let's try 5x plus 12y equals 9. Okay, I want to solve for y again. Okay, this one's still grouped together, so I'm not going to touch it right now, but I'm going to bring the 5x to the other side. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides. When I do that, I'm left with 12y equals, let's put our x term first, so negative 5x plus 9. But I want y alone, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to divide by 12. And I'm going to divide each term, okay? The reason I'm doing that is because if we were going to graph this, this right here is something we can graph. Okay, plus this is our slope and this is our y-intercept. So I don't want them to be grouped together. Now, 9/12, I can reduce that because there is a 3 in both of those. So 9 divided by 3 is 3, 12 divided by 3 is 4. And this would be our final answer. Okay? Now, a lot of times this happens when we are dealing with equations, such as, let's look at, let's do area of a trapezoid. So here's our trapezoid. You should remember, hopefully, that area equals 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height, which is always found where there is a 90-degree angle. Okay, but I want to solve this one for, let's say B2. Okay, he is all the way in the middle there. Okay, we're going to solve for B2. So how do we do that? All right, take it one step at a time. Let's start with this 1/2. To get rid of the 1/2, we have to do the opposite. So we could divide by 1/2, because this is multiply, right? So we could divide by 1/2, but if we divide by a fraction, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal, so 2/1 or just 2. Okay, so that gives me 2a equals, those are gone, okay, base 1 plus base 2, still times the height, okay? So this time, let's get the height out of here, okay? To do that, it is being multiplied. So the opposite of multiplication is to divide both sides, okay? When we do that, the heights go away, the h's go away. you're left with 2 times the area over the height equals base 1 plus base 2. Okay, now we still want base 2, so we're going to bring the base 1 over. To do that, it is a positive. We're going to do the opposite. We're going to subtract the base 1 from both sides. When we do that, we're left with our base 2 equals 2 times the area divided by the height minus base 1. Okay. On these problems, take them one step at a time so that you don't make a mistake when you try to do too many at the same time. All right?